Here we go, fast forward. Russia's trying to do it again because, as you said, Putin wants to reunite the old USSR. That's always been his goal. He's never hit it. He said it many, many, many times. He's getting older. There's a legacy issue for him. He's getting older. He's been in power for a long time. I think it's now or never for him. Now, I call this a cold World War III because reality is China is involved. They have troops there, although they're claiming they're not involved in the war. They have North Korean troops there, and Iran has been sending technology and drones and other things to support this war as well. Everybody else has done nothing. Let's just be quite honest. Europe hasn't done anything. Keir Starmer talks loud. Macron talks loud. Nobody does a thing. The United Kingdom signed a 100-year agreement with Ukraine way before the incident happened in the White House between Zelensky and Trump, by the way. Signed in January 2025, where they committed to build up their economic trade, okay, using, by the way, UK trade partners and trade channels. They were going to bolster their business, help them with their minerals, and protect them. A 100-year agreement that was signed January 2025. Nothing has happened. Nothing outside of maybe sending a little bit of money. Maybe they get a little bit of munitions. Even Keir Starmer said, hey, we're gonna go ahead and we're going to ramp everything up. We're going to put boots on the ground. Hasn't happened. Nobody's putting boots on the ground. It doesn't matter who it is. Yet the U.S. is blamed for the whole thing because we're seen as a superpower. What's stopping Europe? Poland is on the ready. Poland has been very, very much on the ready and protecting their border and ready to go. But the reality is nobody wants a nuclear war. Nobody wants to admit that. No one's really coming out and say that. That's the only reason they're letting Putin do what doing anything he does. Now, you take that into account that China, anytime, they're saying they don't support this, but yet they're sending troops and then they're playing games over there in Taiwan. So This situation is bad regardless. If Europe steps in, China might say, cool, here's our opportunity. While everybody's focused over here and the U.S. might have to go and help their allies, they're going to move in on Taiwan, right? So while the U.S. gets the blame and Trump gets the blame, this thing was debacled. This was a mess since Obama. Nothing happened under the Biden administration either. Nobody wanted to step foot. Everybody talked loud. Nobody did anything. I personally think it's time to pull our heads out of our ass. Trump needs to go in and we need to do something because we also have an agreement with the Ukraine. Are we really going to be protecting them? Is the UK going to protect them? Or is everybody just going to posture and try to win brownie points, in the media by saying, hey, I'm speaking tough to Putin. Putin don't give a damn. Putin can care less. He's already called everybody's bluff. So what's the next step? We could point the finger at who's to blame, but who's going to step up?